welcome. This is Ruth and I'm back with day 8 of the Crafty Advent Calendar from Spellbinders for 2024. And if you haven't already seen days 1 to 7, do go back and have a little look at those because there's been some absolutely beautiful stuff inside this Advent Calendar. So let's have a look and see where number 8 is. I've just gone ahead and opened this up a little bit with a pokey tool just to be sure that I wasn't going to make an absolute mess of it whenever I try to open it here, because I didn't want to rip it all. So there we are in here, and I'm not even sure. Oh, I see it here. It's a lovely little die set again, I think. More dies. I can't believe the amount of dies in here because I definitely wasn't expecting that. As I said before, this is my first Spellbinders Advent Calendar. And believe it or not, Spellbinders sent me this months ago, and I'm only getting around to opening each one of these now. I meant to be so prepared, and it just didn't happen. Oh, well, I'm sure I'm not the only one like that. We're here, and that's the main thing. So I have been trying to make a video with whatever's in behind that little window each day. And if you're subscribed and hit the notification bell, you'll see all of the rest of these as they come up. I'm hoping to keep doing it each day, but we'll see, because December is very, very busy, and I kind of get the feeling that this might go on a little bit, and then I'll have to catch up 2 or 3 days at one time, so I'm really not sure. So this is so beautiful, and if you have a little look on each window here, I should have brought this back and shown you. On this window here, you'll see right in there exactly what that little die set is. I think on each one of them you'll find that inside. There's the second, the stamp set and whatnot. But we've loads more things to open in there, so do come back and check that out. A big, big thank you to, and a big, big welcome to all my new subscribers. I've got lots of new subscribers this week, and I'm very, very happy to see you all, and I do hope you come back. And if you haven't subscribed, I'd love you to do that too, and hit that notification bell. And if you're enjoying this, it really helps my channel along if you do give the video a big thumbs up and say a little hello down below. These are all the die cuts from the different dies in that little set, and they're so, so pretty. There's the little flower, and I've gone ahead and coloured that in. I've added a little ink, so it's just with an ink dauber just around the edges of the petals there, just to give a little bit of definition, and I think it turned out really well. There's the little vase, or whatever you like to call it, and then the stems, the leaves, the dies are hidden in there. These little bits then go in the centre of the flowers, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute or two. And then there's more leaves there, more stems, sorry. Now, I've prepared the card base. I have got a panel here. This is a top fold card, and I've got a little panel here which I have already inked around the outside edge of it. So I'm just going to attach that first of all, and then you can see, well, sometimes I don't really like to put a panel straight onto a card without having some kind of panel below it, maybe layered or whatever, but I think it looks fine if you actually just ink around it like that. So that's a nice way to do that as well. This is Simon Hurley's Mantle Village die set, and I really love this little floating shelf, so I've cut that out from some it's a kind of pearlized card. I thought it was satin or pearlized, and that's fantastic for all sorts of things. I've got 3D foam pads on it, and I'm going to put it down there, but I want to wait to see just exactly where it needs to go because I want to check the height of the vase. Now, I don't know if you like it or not, but I absolutely love faux embossing, and it's beautiful if you take, say, the cream background here, and you die cut these flowers from cream without inking them, of course, so just the same colour as that, and you're gluing them all over the card so that it looks as if it's embossed, but it's actually die cuts on it. But another way of doing that is to take your die cuts and layer them up. So a little vase like this, you can go ahead and just glue these pieces on, and that looks as if this pattern is embossed onto it as well. I think that's a really, really nifty little way of doing that too. So it's just, I like to show you different ways of using these dies if possible. They're really, really pretty, but you're not limited to just die cutting them and attaching them to layers. So I hope you like this. But you can go ahead then and just trim this, because your scissors will just feel around the edge of the vase there. Look at that, isn't that lovely? And then if this one doesn't fit down at the bottom, it's not a problem. You can put it on like that and trim it off, use the other bit, or you can just go ahead and add some other pieces here. So I'm going to glue that one on down at the bottom, and carry on until I've got everything I need on this little vase. That's what it's like whenever it's got all the little bits and pieces on. Do you like that idea? And in fact, let me know down in the comments below if you've tried that before and if you like that. Anyway, I'm going to put it there, and then I'm not going to add anything else in until I get the flowers and things all ready, and then we'll go ahead and add them in and just make sure that everything's going to fit, because I don't want this to be so high up that the flowers need to go off the top there. I've got Susan's little flower kit here, and I'm just about to give some dimension to these flowers because I like a little bit of shape on them too. So in at the back there of the flower with the ball tool, and then in the center, and I'll do that with, these are the ones I'm using for this card. I've gone ahead and attached these to the card now, so I've got 3D foam pads in behind there, and I've left them far enough down in there so that I can add these little stems and bits and pieces, and I'm going to cut these off anyhow because they're a bit too long for what I want, but because I've left a little gap there, these fit down nicely in at the back. So I'll go ahead now and add the rest of the flowers in. This little piece cuts out 3 pieces. It's one die for 3 pieces, and it cuts out a kind of a, what I would call a trumpet, you know, like you would get in a daffodil or something like that. So you've got the large piece here that I've just put on, and then you can put the smaller piece on here if you like, and then put a different colour on there. But I've left out that centre piece, and I've got the darker piece on there, and then I'm just putting the lighter piece onto the top here. Now, I don't know where my other little lighter piece has gone, but I'll find that in a second or two and put it in. We've got a storm raging outside at the minute, and we've still got power, but lots of our neighbours don't have, so I'm trying to get this done as quickly as possible in case that all changes and I'm left without any recording, and I really want to get this done. So here we go. There are my little leaves, and I have inked around those as well, and I'm just going to glue those on in here as well. I've die cut the little banner sentiment from a couple of days ago, so I've done the banner in the same colour as the flower, and then I've used that pearlescent card in at the back of it, so that it's a kind of self pattern again without white showing through there. And you can see I've just put double-sided foam pads on the bottom of it, so the top edge is clear from glue or anything. I had thought of putting a cross here, but I think it doesn't sort of tie up too well with this, so I think that's the best placement down there. And there we are. You can let me know what you think of that one, because the background is fairly plain on it, but I like this embossing detail here. Now, ta-da! There's another one I made earlier. No, I didn't. Once I finished this one, I went on and made another one because I wanted to show you how you could use the leaves as well for some faux embossing. Normally I would cut out a background in green and cut out the leaves in green and put them all over it and make a faux embossed background. But this time I used Simon Hurley's gorgeous plaster embossing folder on the background, and then I made the faux embossed vase with the little leaves from the set and some pearlized card there as well. And this was making me laugh. What do you see? Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? Anyway, oh dear. Do you see what I see? Once you see it, you can't unsee it. I put the little trumpets into the flowers there, and all I could see is 3 little cups of coffee looking back at me. Hot chocolate, actually, with the colour of it. That's even nicer, isn't it? Anyway, there we are. That's it. And that's me finished for today. I hope you've enjoyed that. Do come back again for more tomorrow. I have just had a little peep, but I know what's in tomorrow's, so I might even just get ahead with that video. hopefully before the power goes off, because everything's blowing madly around outside my craft room here. It's very, very noisy, and it's a bit scary too. I don't like it. But anyway, in the meantime, if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to do that and hit the notification bell. Do give me a big thumbs up if you've enjoyed it too, and leave me a little comment. My affiliate links for everything I use will be down below in the description of the video, and that applies to all sorts of things, so you can have a little look down there if you want to support my channel. Thank you so much for watching anyhow. I really appreciate that, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.